Okay, so this is a draft of what I currently have for the trading agreements. So I just want to share with you. I'll continue tomorrow. This is what I have. So when you go to location rates, this is the main screen when we spend most of the time on our call. You mentioned that you wanted to have a certain filter so you can quickly search within the contract that you're creating or editing. All right. So the first change I did is I have pending rates. I put it on the top because I think that's where our attention will be, will need to be, because we're always thinking, okay, why are these holes not having any cost? So that way, we always need to make sure that this list is clear. Once this list is clear, then we know, okay, if there's a hole with 0, then we have a problem. But right now, having this here, then we will know, okay, we have holes with 0 cost because we have pending agreements here. Okay. Now, the idea is that when you click here, it will bring either a pop-up or create a new line with these settings here. Okay. So all Curtis or whoever is adding this new line, new rate, will have to just fill up the regular rate. Okay. Well, regular rate and regular charge type, these two things. So you can create a contract for these set of holes that seems to be missing one. Okay, so that's one thing. We talked about also organizing this list. Perhaps if you click on here, you organize it by loads. You click on this one, you organize it by unloads. Okay, so you can rearrange the list. So of course here we're gonna have the filter. Chris mentioned that he wants the filters to be able to multi-select, not just select one. So we'll work on that to add that functionality there. Now, active rates. So again, active rates will be the ones that are currently have a cost associated with that. So here we have it. So I have added these filters here, okay, which are thinking all the possible filters that we can search by. Load, unload, truck type, fluid, all right, and then the general search. We also have the actions here. These actions are for editing, so we could edit this line, or we could trash it, delete it, or we could clone it. If we clone it, it will create a duplicate. This is what Jill was mentioning. We'll create a duplicate of load, unload. I guess we go create. We have to define what else we need to clone other than load, unload. Maybe do we want these three things or not? We could decide this later. Okay. Now, this is more a question about how we should be using this thing. It depends on what Corey think, depending on his experience with adding this. So what I was thinking is that it will be best to add it here. So if I click here, I will add another line. I want to show you how I'm implementing that in another web. So I got the idea from this other project that I designed this for. So the idea is I can enter another line here, right here. Oops, by clicking this. Okay. So the idea is for this to work in a similar fashion, right? Okay. And then I click here, and then I enter the line. It says add line added successfully here on the top. Okay. So that's my idea. But Chris mentioned at some point that he wanted to be able to search the location. I'm just gonna. So if this type of input does not allow you to search, so let's see. Let's say that when you click here on edit, it's gonna show you a list of all the possible load locations. If you have a list of, let's say, 100 load locations, these this type of input will not work, because then you have to scroll and try to find which one is the one that you want. And instead, that's when it comes handy what Corey was saying, to have a search. So I'm going to show you another example of how that could work. Okay, in this other example, I'm going to show you I can click here and I can search on the list, or I can just start typing train 0, and then the list will be it will indicate what I'm typing, right? So that makes it faster for me to find among 100 different items, which one is the one I'm looking for. If we want that, then we cannot implement this type of input right here, which I thought was the most convenient. Instead, we will have to, when you want to create a new line, you will have to click somehow enter, and then it will take you to a pop-up. This pop-up will oopsie, sorry. This pop-up will have this. So it will ask you, okay, give me everything, location, and here, yes, we can implement the search functionality so you can quickly search among the locations that you want. Mainly, the search functionality will only become handy for unload and load locations because fluid types are only like 5, right? So you don't need to search for that. Maybe chart type, I don't know how many there are, but maybe there's a few there that you might need to search. Chart type, you don't need that, and regular rate is just an input that you type, okay? So what I need is an input from Corey, since he's the one that has most of the experience inputting this information. Do you want to have the search functionality here, so you can easily find the location, or you want to have it here? Here you will not have the search functionality, but in the other side you will gain another type of experience in a way of what I was thinking is like, if I have the pop-up here, I might not remember what I was going to type. So I might have to close the pop-up, look at the data, and then click again to have the pop-up after I remember what was I about to type, okay? The advantage of having it here is that you don't have to close the pop-up. If you forget what you were about to type, you can just look up and say, oh, okay, yes, I forgot a contract for this specific combination of locations, okay? So that's the advantage of having it here. Now, why I thought that this would be best, it's well, once because of yes, I can look at the data here, and second, it's just quicker. You enter the information, click here, and then it gets added right away. Boom. So let me know which one do you prefer, this one or this one. But we can have both here. We can have the search functionality here, okay, in this line, in a single line input. Okay, so that's what I have for that. I was rebuilding also this what we call the trucking agreements. The actual table shows you, okay, these are all the contracts that we have in place. We're gonna have the filters, these filters that we talked about. We're gonna have this action to duplicate or clone a contract. And this action only will become handy when a contract is about to expire. So you just click here, you create a new contract, you have to set up a new date. Now you don't have to modify the rates, assuming that the rates will stay the same, but you will duplicate it here, okay? Now clicking on this icon, which I took it now down to here, it will allow you to for you to insert more more columns here that you might want to see. This is a new functionality you didn't ask for, but I don't know if thinking that you might need it now. It's to delete contracts, okay, in bulk. So let's say you asked me the other day, hi, Dave, can you delete all the contracts for Crude Master? Okay, so instead of you asking me, I'm trying to give you the power so you can do that. So you will filter this by contracts by Crude Master. You click all, and then click here an action, like a bulk action, and then click submit. In this case, the only action that we're going to have is delete. Okay, so let me know what you think about that one. Is it needed or not? So that's so far what we have, what I have from the revision that I made this morning. I still have to work on this view. Hold on, give me a second. This view here, the one to create initial settings. I just have to make it a little more decent before I send this, or before it's, yeah. I will work on this one tomorrow. Yeah, so let me know your feedback from what you have seen here. Let me know if I'm missing something, if you want to add something else, and what you're thinking in general.